At 6:43 in the morning, your alarm rings. You silence it with a sleepy swipe. Before your feet even touch the floor, something invisible has already noticed. It recorded the exact second you woke up. It measured how long you hesitated before opening your phone. It logged the weather outside your window and the brightness of your screen. But you never saw it. You never approved it. And yet, it followed you the entire day. Not as a person, not even as a program you can point to, but as something quieter, something built into the digital air around you. An invisible artificial intelligence that observes, predicts, and quietly reshapes your world from the moment you wake up until the moment you fall asleep. Most people imagine AI as robots, chatbots, or futuristic machines. But the most powerful AI in your life is the one you never notice. It doesn't speak, it doesn't introduce itself. It simply watches, learns, and decides. And right now, it is already walking with you. You reach for your phone and open a weather app. The forecast appears instantly, but something else happens behind the screen. The app records your location, the time, and the fact that you checked the weather before leaving home. That tiny action becomes a data point, one of thousands collected about you every single day. When you unlock your phone, your device quietly recognizes your face. The camera analyzes tiny details, eye spacing, facial structure, movement patterns. Within milliseconds, an AI model confirms your identity. But that same technology also improves itself every time you use it. Every glance becomes training data. You make coffee. You ask a smart speaker to play music. The device wakes up the moment it hears your voice. Voice recognition algorithms analyze tone, pronunciation, and accent. They identify you among millions of users, but they also learn something deeper. They learn how you speak when you're calm, when you're rushed, when you're tired. And that information quietly feeds into the growing digital shadow that follows you. Now you leave home. The door closes behind you. Your phone connects to nearby cell towers. GPS activates. Navigation systems update. An invisible network now tracks your movement through the city. If you open a Maps app, it suggests the fastest route to work. It already knows traffic conditions. It knows accidents reported minutes ago. It knows which roads you prefer and which ones you usually avoid. But here's the twist. It didn't just learn traffic patterns, it learned your patterns. Maybe you stop at the same coffee shop every Tuesday. Maybe you avoid a busy intersection during rush hour. Maybe you drive slower than the average driver on rainy mornings. The system quietly absorbs all of it. Then it begins predicting what you will do next. Inside the office, the invisible AI becomes even more active. Your email inbox automatically sorts messages by importance. Spam disappears before you ever see it. Calendar reminders appear exactly when you need them. None of this happens randomly. Machine learning models analyze billions of emails across the world to understand which messages people open, which ones they ignore, and which ones matter most. So, when your phone highlights a priority email, it isn't guessing, it is predicting your behavior. And sometimes it predicts you better than you predict yourself. Around noon, you search for something simple, maybe a pair of shoes, maybe a restaurant, maybe a vacation idea you briefly thought about. Within hours, ads begin appearing on your social media feed, on websites you visit, sometimes even inside videos you watch. It feels strange, almost like the internet is reading your mind. But the truth is both simpler and more unsettling. The invisible AI noticed the search. It compared your behavior with millions of similar users. It calculated the probability that you are about to buy something. Then it quietly moved advertisements into your path. A gentle digital nudge. And most of the time, it works. But the story gets even stranger, because sometimes the system predicts your interests before you search for them at all. Researchers have found that recommendation algorithms can detect subtle patterns in behavior long before users consciously make a decision. The types of videos you pause on, the posts you linger over, the articles you almost click but scroll past.
Tiny signals, tiny hesitations, signals that humans rarely notice, but AI does. By evening, the invisible companion has followed you through grocery aisles, parking lots, and checkout lines. Supermarkets now use AI-powered cameras to study customer movement. They analyze how shoppers walk through stores, which shelves they pause at, which products they pick up and put back. These systems aren't watching individuals, they're studying behavior. And from those patterns, stores rearrange entire aisles to influence what people buy. Even the self-checkout machine you use may run computer vision models to detect items placed in the bagging area. Cameras verify products, prevent mistakes, and sometimes flag unusual behavior. All of it happens in seconds, and most shoppers never notice. By the time you head home, your phone battery is lower, but the invisible system surrounding you has grown stronger. Because every action you took today became training data. Your commute improved traffic predictions. Your purchases improved retail algorithms. Your searches improved recommendation engines. In other words, you trained the AI simply by living your day. And here is the deeper question that researchers and technologists are beginning to ask. If artificial intelligence constantly learns from human behavior, how much of our future decisions are still entirely our own? Because when algorithms recommend the movie you watch, the road you take, the product you buy, or even the news you read, they don't just observe reality, they quietly shape it. But here is something most people never realize. This invisible system is powerful, but it is not unstoppable. A growing number of people around the world have begun quietly pushing back against constant digital observation, not by disappearing from technology entirely, but by becoming more aware of how it works.
For example, some people now regularly review the permissions on their phones. They disable location tracking for apps that don't truly need it. A simple flashlight app, after all, has no reason to know where you are every minute of the day. Others limit how often devices listen for voice commands. Smart speakers and assistants can often be muted with a physical switch, cutting off the microphone until it's truly needed. Some people use privacy-focused browsers or search engines that avoid building detailed behavioral profiles. These tools still allow people to explore the internet, but they reduce the amount of personal data being quietly collected behind the scenes. Even small habits can make a difference. Turning off ad personalization, clearing location history, reviewing which apps have camera or microphone access. None of these steps completely erase the invisible AI, but they remind us of something important. Technology becomes most powerful when people stop questioning it. Awareness changes that balance, because once you understand that the digital world is constantly observing patterns, you begin to move through it differently. You notice which apps ask for too much access. You become more selective about what information you share. And slowly, the invisible system becomes a little less invisible. The truth is, artificial intelligence will only become more present in our daily lives. Smart cities, connected cars, wearable devices, and intelligent homes are already expanding the network that surrounds us. The invisible AI following you from home to work to the grocery store was never designed as a single machine. It's something far more complex, a web of thousands of algorithms working silently across phones, cameras, satellites, apps, and servers scattered around the world. None of them know you personally, but together they know patterns about your life that no single human ever could. Your routine, your habits, your preferences, even your likely future choices. And tomorrow morning,
When your alarm rings again, the invisible system will still be there, watching quietly, learning constantly, predicting what you might do next. The real question is not whether AI is following us. It already is. The real question is whether we truly understand the world we are walking through. If this invisible system fascinates you, and you want more deep documentaries that reveal the hidden technologies shaping our lives, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments, because the next story might reveal something even more surprising about the world that is quietly watching back.